Okay, Year 12s, this is for you. I'm Nadia, career practitioner and educator, and I'm basically going to give you a few ideas. It's your final year. When I'm actually recording this, it's pretty much moving into mid-year. But whenever you're watching this, if you're just not sure where to start, what to do, here are some ideas. So I'm Victorian based in Melbourne, so I'm going to be using vtac, but you can do this with uac if you're in New South Wales, satac if you're in South Australia, QTAC if you're in Queensland. So uac as well also for um, Canberra. Also, TIST for Western Australia. I'll put all the links below, but you may be also in Victoria and actually considering interstate. So those links will be handy for you also. So what I'm going to do, because it's mid-year, we can't use we don't want to just search for mid-year courses because it will be a limited amount. We just need to use the course search archive. Otherwise, normally any other time, it will just say course search. So what we can do in terms of searching for courses, we can, and I will do it for some of the other tertiary admission centres as well, but we'll just concentrate on vtac today. We can just select the universities that we're interested in, particularly in terms of location, if we are regional, if we're, wherever you want to be. Or if you just have a preference, you can obviously put that in. We can also filter by ATAR. So we can move this up and down. We can filter by qualification. I'll definitely do a video on this, but generally if you're just looking to study a degree, a bachelor degree would generally be what you would be studying. It means you haven't studied a degree before. And any of these certificates are obviously lower qualifications. Once we get up to obviously these masters and doctorates, obviously that's a higher level. So yeah, but generally we're looking just for bachelor. So you could just put that on. If you're also interested in like associate degrees and diplomas, you could add them as well, but let's just leave it on bachelor for now. Then we can go study mode, whichever one would be. A lot of courses offer both, but not always. Maybe you are looking for part-time, so then that would be important to put in. We'll just leave it blank for now. And if you are really just don't even know where to start, just kind of selecting some area of interest can actually be quite helpful. So you could just say, maybe engineering, you're like, no, I'm into creative arts. I also like architecture and building. And I've got a little bit of an interest in psychology. And so you can kind of pop those in and we can obviously see. So there's 322 courses, which is substantial. But then what we might say is, well, I live a fair way out, but I can get to the city. I have a train. So I can basically click on RMIT and then I can click on LCI. That's pretty close to the city. Um, and then I can probably get to Swinburne. It's just a train right out of the city. So then I'll pop in those. And then it'll come up with courses. And you might kind of have a bit of an idea, oh, well, I am actually a little bit interested in architecture. I might actually save that one. And you can just kind of go through and have a bit of an experiment. What is important to look at, if we click on a course, we can check our prerequisites here. So if you are year 12 this year, so 2025, you would be entering university in 2026. So this is the one you look at. So it's just English there. We can see the ATAR. We can see in course overview, just more information about the course, the different things we can kind of specialize in. Any pathways are listed here, so we can see there's an advanced diploma, which is a pathway into the course. And actually really powerful is actually this link here. So clicking on the course website and looking at the details more. I will actually do probably another video that really digs down into that, but it's just good to know that that's there. But yeah, because this is just a quick overview in terms of like just giving you ideas of kind of where to start. Once you are on the university website, it gives examples of what students do after the course, probably videos of students that have studied it, all of those kind of things. So even more information. So that's how you can kind of use vtac just to get some ideas. And what you can do is favorite them, and then you can go into your favorite list and you can get that emailed to yourself as well. Or you can just copy these links, and those links are hyperlinked as well. The other option you can do is you can go back into your Morris if you've done Moresby or any other kind of career testing you've done, and just have another look at it and think about the kind of the type of kind of industries and careers it was suggesting, and you can use that to kind of inform, what you are searching for. Go back into your interests. It might be that you're really interested in science, but you've really changed. And you really want to help people, and that caring's more important to you. So you could either just know that, or you can actually retake the questionnaire. And I would suggest doing that, because then that will actually um, update your career suggestions here. And remember, we can actually change these around as well. So we can kind of just look on interest and just look on aptitudes as an example. If you've got them all off, it'll just take all of them into consideration. But yeah, so that's something else you can do. And then obviously you can look at um, these kind of careers in more detail as well. And it will give you kind of all the kind of different information about it as well. So I think that's another kind of action that you can take. The last thing I will say is probably going to open days. So going and actually having a look at what's happening at universities, what's out there, what are the possibilities. Make sure you look before you go at what kind of sessions you want to go to. And then you just have a bit of a plan of attack, because otherwise they can be a little bit overwhelming. And of course, make sure you've had your careers appointment with your career practitioner at your school. If you don't have compulsory ones, just go and kind of be proactive yourself and have those, because they can be a really great starting point. And they will be able to just kind of give you suggestions maybe that you can't, haven't thought of yourself, and all of those kind of things, and just get that kind of maybe a little bit more of a plan attack. There's also lots of career expos happening. They generally, a lot of them happen in this kind of term too, so this May time. So whichever year it's in, just look out for those as well, because they can spark some really interesting ideas from a whole range of industries and things you may not have even considered. So get out there and just kind of take steps to really put yourself in a better position for term 3, when you will need to kind of start putting in those preferences, even though you will be able to change them up until you kind of get your ATAR. You will still kind of need to put them in. So it's really good to have a little bit more information. Knowledge is power. So to make those kind of informed decisions. Let me know if you have any questions.